using your full draw, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Change is not something that we do lightly. I'm new to archery, so I have a lot of questions. I want to learn. I want to get better at archery. So I watch, I look at loads of videos on YouTube, and I consider what works and what doesn't work. And what works for me should work for other people. But I was taught to draw 3 fingers, split finger, so like so, and draw to my mouth. As good as that is, this type of bow, I think it's a mistake to use in a European way. Mainly because these bows are too short and they cause your fingers to be squashed onto the arrow if you use split finger, and after a while that becomes painful. So Asiatic bows, the people who invented them and used them, also came up with a solution: the thumb ring. The thumb ring allows you to do this without too much pain in your thumb, but also it gives you a longer draw. So drawn to your mouth, doesn't use the full potential of the bow. Using a thumb ring and drawn behind your ear gives you more power. In my case, not necessarily better accuracy, but I've only been doing archery since March this year being 2019, it now being September. Six months in which hopefully I've learned enough to have found a style which works for me. And I say a style that works for me is because I keep being told by other archers that, well, if it works for you, you should do it. That's fine. But they don't seem to think that what I do could be useful for them. And this is where change is a problem. If a change is something which is immediately beneficial to us, we accept it. If it's something which is not immediately beneficial to us, we tend to reject it, because it means we're going to have to work at it, and working at it isn't necessarily what we're going to do, because in that time of integration, we're not going to be as good as we were. So we tend to stick with what we've got, because it's working at the moment. Therefore, well, if it works for you. I'm sorry, but I've done a lot of sport and I've had to integrate a lot of different techniques. To sword fencing, you learn a new move, you have to integrate it by practicing it. Then you spar and integrate it in spar fighting. And then it's not truly integrated until you actually can use it without thinking about it in competition. The same is true of integrating anything, because you have to be able to do it without thinking about it, because if you've got to think about it, you're going to fluff it up. So I'm using an Assyrian bow made by Jackal Archery. It is 40 pounds at 28 inches, and because I draw to 31, that makes it, I don't know, 46, 47. Bow is capable of drawing to 34. So my opinion is that the bow is capable of drawing to your full physical draw length, like so. Why wouldn't you? Why would you only draw to here and reduce the poundage available? Because it's more accurate and it's more repeatable if you draw to a given anchor point. Yes, but my anchor point is physically coming to my full draw. I can't go any further without bringing the string in the back of the arrow too close to my face, which is just going to get painful. I'll just swap bows. This is the day when I'm shooting on my own, so I'm shooting 2 bows. And that means I've got to concentrate on the differences between the 2 bows, which is better for me. Because it allows me to focus on what I'm doing rather than getting used to one bow. The other thing about change is, okay, say you're good, you do everything right, you've got the right draw length, you're hitting everything you aim at, but what happens if your bow breaks or your string breaks? Are you going to be able to pick up another bow and shoot it just as well? Chances are not immediately. And that means you're reluctant to pick up another bow, because everything works and it works for you. My opinion is, use a lot of different bows, get used to adapting between one to another within a very short space of time. The advantage is, bow breaks, pick up another one. change is never comfortable until we integrate. I don't like change. One of the reasons I don't like drawing to here and having a repeatable draw length so that my accuracy stays the same is that my bone structure doesn't help. As you can see, my elbow is out at an angle, my wrist is bent because of my elbow being out. And this is because of my physical structure. Not everybody has a structure where they have long arms and a short, narrow shoulder, because that allows you to have a straight arm when you draw to here. Whereas I have either wider shoulders and shorter arms, or shorter arms and normal shoulders. But it means that if my wrist is bent, like so, to hold the strings, because there's no muscles in this area of the hand, it's all tendons, these muscles here become tight, which then transfers tension to the bicep and to the back of the deltoid. And this is why people are taught that the best release is to end up here, hand a bit floppy. But that only occurs because this muscle is tight and it's stopping the hand just being fully relaxed and getting thrown back when it releases the string. This bow is 40 pounds, so I'm pushing 40 pounds away from us. I'm drawing 40 pounds towards us, which means a combined weight of 80 pounds. When I let go of 80 pounds and I'm fully relaxed, relax this hand, relax this arm, all except for drawing with my back muscles, my draw hand has to go somewhere, and if it's relaxed, it goes back, it gets thrown back because of the tension. And if I relax my bow hand, the bow moves forward. It just goes forward and points where it shot the arrow, because my hand is relaxed, because my arm is relaxed. The tension is in my back, not in my arms, not in my hands. So the advantage is that I don't get as many injuries, I don't get tired. I go to a target archery club, and the arrow, they start off shooting and they're hitting this sort of area, and it comes in, and then by the end of the session it's coming back out because they're getting tired, not mentally but physically. They can't hold the bow for any great length of time because of the tension. So the draw I use is originally, when I started drawing to my full physical draw, like so, I used to draw just pulling my arm straight back, which was the way I was taught by the coaches at the target archery club. So I would draw like this, but I would just leave my hand. I had begun to bring my hand a little higher because it felt easier and it felt as though it was more comfortable. But then I saw a video by the people at the Wave Archery, which deals with Asiatic bows, and they use the hydro like this. And the advantage in the hydro, or as they call it, the push down draw, is that your arms are at the same level when you end up. Your elbows are at the same level. And that means that your body is being used in the same way on both sides. Whereas if you draw like this, you've got an imbalance. These are pushing that way and this is pulling on your back. Whereas if you draw high and come down, they're both at the same angle. And because you also pull your shoulder in to stabilize it, so that when you pull your draw hand in, its shoulder muscles are pulling together evenly. That again stabilizes the bow hand and the draw hand. So integrating this and integrating the relaxed bow hand is just practice.